Hey everyone, welcome back to Walks in Wall Street. Today we are in Little Italy, New York City, here in Manhattan, on the corner of Grand Street and Mulberry Street. And on today's walk, we are going to be exploring a little bit of Little Italy, but we are going to be walking through Soho and then back uptown. You can see the Cannoli King just off to our left. You can see more famous coffee shops and bakeries on our walk today. You can see the spire of the Empire State Building all the way in the distance. And looking east, you can see Ferrara Bakery, which is one of the most famous bakeries in Little Italy. So wait for the light here and we'll go ahead and get started. We'll also take a little bit of a stroll through Soho.
Just like
Little Italy is one of the last remaining parts of the city that actually has a lot of these outdoor dining setups still in operation. The city's mandated a lot of these to come down, but I'm glad these ones are still up because they're actually quite nice. They're well maintained.
Deixa eu falar uma coisa. Eu vi esse.
It's a really nice vibe down here, especially on the weekends, during sunset and late at night. Really good neighborhood for nightlife. Lots of bars, lots of restaurants, one right after another. This is now Broome Street.
I'm never going to swim.
So Mulberry and Broome. If you were to walk southbound on Mulberry Street, you would run right into New York City's Chinatown.
Ok, essa área aqui já é considerada assim. Você deve ter andado lá embaixo. Foi. Você andava lá embaixo.
You'll see a lot of these pre-war buildings with fire escapes. Really nice classic New York brick and mortar facade. You can see it even better now that we're on the northernmost side. This is looking down into Lower Manhattan, further into Little Italy. Gelato shop here seems to be doing pretty well. Bagels across the street. Lots of unique mom and pop shops. Bondi Sushi Bar is actually pretty good. If you were to make a right here, this will bring you right into the Williamsburg Bridge, the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And right on the corner here, to the west side, is a really good Egyptian restaurant called Zuba, Zooba. If you're interested in trying Egyptian food. This is going to be coming up by Prince Street and the famous Prince Street Pizza. Beautiful looking buildings here. The next street up is Spring Street.
Shit sucks.
This is Spring Lounge. This bar is always packed, particularly on the weekends. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. The Spring Lounge is always packed. This is a vegan ice cream shop, which is also quite popular. This is a pizza shop called Upside. You also have Cava across the street. This is like a new Chipotle style restaurant, but Mediterranean food. I think they're also publicly traded under the ticker symbol CAVA. There's been a lot of shakeup in that kind of fast casual business. Starbucks just recently got the old Chipotle CEO to take over as their new leadership. Ruby Rosa Pizza. This is an awesome store right here. It's called Good for the Study. This is one of my favorite spots. It's a little pricey. They sell kind of cool notebooks and pens, like those original ink fountain pens. It's a cool spot. Once again, it's called Good for the Study. There's a lot of cool boutiques here. This looks like a candle shop. The Gray Dog. Parm. Parm has multiple locations. They have a location on the Upper West Side of Manhattan as well. I've eaten here, this Momoya Soho. This is kind of like a sushi place. This is Mulberry and Prince. It's coming up on the corner of Prince Street and Mott Street. You'll have Prince Street Pizza just off to the left. And then if you continue down, you'll run right into the Bowery. This little cupcake bake shop is pretty good. Right on the corner of Prince and Mott. Opened in 2005. It says best chocolate cake in the United States. 30 Prince Street is the address. This is the very famous Prince Street Pizza. Very famous for the spicy pepperoni slice. And this is Elizabeth Street. Easy Plant, Next Generation Plants. This Esso place, I believe, is a competitor with Le Labo. This is like a very high-end soap shampoo store. Again, a competitor with Le Labo. I think Le Labo is a little bit better. Speaking of Le Labo, you have the location right across the street. Let's check it out. I would say this is my favorite spot. I think this is the original location. Now that we're on Elizabeth Street. 233 Elizabeth. I think this is the original founding store.
Além disso,
looks like we have more of these competitors. Scent Bar is right here. And here's another one. There's lots of these cool underground like boutique stores. You can pretty much spend all day just kind of walking around, checking them all out. It's cool. I like the uniqueness of this facade. You have this brushed kind of rusted cast iron. Fits the neighborhood really, really well. That eyeglass store. Once again, we're on Elizabeth Street. This place is pretty good, Tacombe. They have tons and tons of locations all throughout Manhattan. They serve Mexican food like tacos, burritos. Okay, East Houston Street. Once we cross to the northernmost side of Houston, we will no longer be in Soho. It'll be called the NoHo neighborhood of Manhattan, north of Houston Street. This will also take us a little bit closer to the NYU college campus. This is Mott Street. If you were to make a right on Mulberry Street and cross Houston to the north side, you'll run into my all-time favorite coffee shop in New York City, and it is called Gasoline Alley Coffee. It's right in that building. It's like a little hole-in-the-wall place. It's pretty cool. We'll make this left and kind of explore the side streets before we head into NoHo. Undercut barbershop, regular haircut $40. That seems to be the standard now in Manhattan. $40 haircuts if you're a guy. It's usually about what I pay. It's Cafe Belle. Coffee shop, espresso bar. You can get pastries here. Locksmith. Start to see some of the leaves falling from the trees. Now that it is officially autumn in New York City.
Oh yeah.
This is going to take us back to Prince Street, where we'll make a right. now back on Prince Street, but we're headed west. Cross street we're coming up to now is Lafayette. So the corner of Lafayette and Prince Street. I really like the dining setup here. It's almost like you have these garage doors that'll come down and will come up depending on the weather.
So I asked Kevin, and Kevin basically said to me,
This is a really nice cityscape view here. Coming up on Crosby Street, you're going to start to see some of the original Belgian block streets of Soho. And this restaurant is called Dig. It used to be called Dig In. They rebranded themselves to just Dig. It's a Chipotle style restaurant, but homegrown food, all local, based in and around the New York tri-state area. It's very, very good. And I really like this location because of the facade of the building. It's very, very cool. Okay, let's go one more over to Broadway. This is really the main drag of Soho on Broadway. You have many of the shops. People come here from all over the world for the shopping. You get the RW trains right here, Prince Street. If you were to make a left on Broadway and take it all the way down, you run into Canal Street. And Canal Street is the official start of Chinatown, but it also intersects Chinatown and Little Italy all in one. You're going to start to see a lot of the cast iron facades and the loft style apartments, many of which will have really, really high ceiling heights. Finelli Cafe. This is a very famous place to eat in Soho. Really nice outdoor dining spots. Just an overall really nice vibe of the neighborhood. If you look here, these are just solid cast iron facades. These can weigh, 72 ton, 82 ton cast iron facades here.
Tinambayan nung ano.
This is the Apple Store on Green Street. This is a really unique view looking further down. This is actually looking into Tribeca. That's the Jenga building we're looking at. That is 56 Leonard Street. See the original water towers. I mean, this neighborhood is just so beautiful. Cast iron, fire escapes. You have the original Belgian block streets. And now that the sun is kind of setting, you could really see the contrast of the beauty as the sun sets on these buildings. This is headed towards Wooster Street. These are the original Belgian block streets again. You can see a little bit of the spire of One World Trade Center. We'll go down and then around, just so you can see some more of the boutique stores here as we go through Soho. Ted Baker.
Then we have two ones because when I looked up, it's because I bought it.
And Canada Goose is on the other side. This is a picture-perfect Soho capture we have here of the World Trade Center. Looking at Canada Goose, and then on the other side you have Tiffany & Co. We're going to make another left on Spring Street. Okay, back on Spring Street, we'll make a left. Man, I just can't get over how beautiful the cityscapes look.
Excuse me.
This is why Soho is one of the most popular neighborhoods in New York. Super, super unique. Coming up on Mercer Street.
You mean the asphalt is more money?
You have Aloe across the street. This has been becoming more popular than Lululemon. And I think that's reflected in Lululemon's stock price too. Every time I see someone walking around Tribeca, Soho, particularly all the millennials and Gen Z, they're not wearing Lululemon anymore. What they're wearing is that Aloe, A-L-O store. And you can see, look at how packed it is. All right, we're back on Broadway. Let's make a left on Broadway and head up. You have the Nike store. That's another company that's really fallen off is Nike. Sales are down worldwide. I see more people wearing Adidas over Nike. I mean, what do you guys think? When I was in high school, if you wore anything but Nike, it wasn't considered cool, but now I think that's changing. I think Adidas is really taking a stronghold. We have Guess and Lacoste.
Recognize
Coming up on the cross streets of Prince and Broadway headed towards NoHo. Look at this photo shoot going on here.
Hey, I know I find you again. Bunch of hot Filipino aunties in a Tesla. What up, neighbor? All the white features like my guy.
We're now approaching Houston Street again, West Houston, and we're going to cross to the north side. And then we will officially be in NoHo.
He's already done. Bobby?
We're going to make a left on Crosby. I think that's like a musical group, New Jeans, like a K-pop thing, something like that. This is the Broadway Lafayette station. You get the BD, FM, and 6 trains. 6 train will take you to the east side of Manhattan. Okay, we officially crossed over to NoHo, and we'll end the video outside of my favorite coffee shop, because that's where I'm gonna go, get a coffee. Right here, Gasoline Alley Coffee. If you wanna come here yourself, just come to Houston Street, cross over to the north side in between Bleecker Street, and you'll be right here at Gasoline Alley Coffee. So if you guys enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like on the video, subscribe for more New York City walking tours. We'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.